WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
Good morning, everybody. It's 4:30 on this Veterans Day. I'm Matt Barcaro.
I'm Caitlin Smith, and the word of the day is burr.
November for sure. Let me show you what we have outside this morning because it's windy. We even have some snow showers. We had an isolated snow squall warning overnight for Mifflin County, so I'll keep my eye on those snow showers and isolated snow squalls, especially in northwestern counties. But I expect little to no accumulation in those spots unless you are under a heavier snow squall. As far as our clouds go, we've been seeing partly cloudy skies overnight, so that's allowed our temperatures to drop into the lower 30s. But it feels even colder with the wind. The wind right now blowing up to 20 miles per hour sustained, so that's making it feel like the low 20s, even upper teens. Your Veterans Day forecast today calls for an impact day, of course, because of the cold wind chills. Those wind chills, they're not going to get out of the 20s all the way through late morning. They may improve at best to the low 30s this afternoon. So look for a mix of clouds and sunshine and unseasonably chilly air to continue. I'll show you some warmer weather coming up in the 10-day forecast.
Okay, well, for now we're dealing with the cold, and with these temperatures, Life Path Christian Ministries in York has opened its Code Blue shelter.
That gives people a place to stay overnight if you need one. So those cots are available at the location on West Market Street. That's what you're seeing here. Last year's Code Blue shelter served 305 people in the York community.
We don't know how many or when, but we know people will show up. It takes a little while for word to get around. We try to make it as easy as possible. We run Code Blue November 1st through March 31st, regardless of temperature.
If you do need a place to spend the night, you can call the Life Path hotline. That number is listed there on your screen. You could also just dial 211.
You are taking a live look right now over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., where the U.S. House is expected to take up a vote on a bill that would end the government shutdown. It is now in its 41st day, the longest in American history.
The Senate passed the bill last night as 8 Democrats broke with their party and joined Republicans.
Melanie Zanona has the details from Capitol Hill.
Congress just took a big step towards reopening the government after 41 days of shutdown and stalemate. The Senate this evening voted on a funding package and passed it with the support of 8 Senate Democrats. That final vote tally was 60-40. Notably, none of those Senate Democrats are up for re-election in 2026. As a reminder, this bill would extend current government funding until January 30th. It also includes long-term funding bills for 3 different government agencies, including the USDA, which funds SNAP, and it also reverses the layoffs that were instituted at the beginning of the shutdown, as well as guarantees back pay for federal workers. What's not included, though, is an extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies, which are expiring at the end of this year. Instead, what Democrats got was a promise for a vote in December on an ACA bill of their choosing. So no guarantee of an outcome and no guarantee it will get a vote in the House. Now, this funding bill heads over to the House, which has been out of session since September 19th. But Speaker Mike Johnson has been encouraging members to get back to D.C. as soon as possible to try to avoid air travel delays. And he is promising now to hold a vote as soon as Wednesday on this deal to reopen the government. The vote is expected to be tight. There could be a handful of Republicans who vote against it, but there could also be a handful of centrist Democrats to support it. So GOP leadership expressing confidence it will pass. And meanwhile, President Donald Trump signaling he will sign it, which means that the government could be reopened and this historic record-breaking shutdown could come to an end by midweek. Melanie Zanona, NBC News, Washington.
Both of Pennsylvania's senators, Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Dave McCormick, voted in favor of the bill to reopen the government. They appeared in a video together posted on Fetterman's X account last night.
It looks like the government's finally going to open up. This was the wrong approach. It's been damaging for Pennsylvanians.
In this situation, we both agree that shutting our government down is wrong for our Commonwealth and for our nation.
And as the House prepares to vote on the bill to reopen the government, the full funding of SNAP benefits remains uncertain. This comes as the Trump administration returned to the Supreme Court yesterday looking to keep full funding frozen while the government is shut down. Last week, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson imposed a short-term pause to give courts more time to review appeals. It was in response to lower court rulings requiring the administration to fully fund SNAP for the month of November. About 42 million Americans, including 2 million here in Pennsylvania, depend on SNAP to buy food.
And we want to thank you for all your donations during the Hunger Can't Wait campaign, in which we teamed up with the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank to help provide meals for people who are waiting for their SNAP benefits to come back. You see there, your donations is helping provide more than 240,000 meals in the Susquehanna Valley.
It's 4:35 and negotiations are expected to pick back up today between HAC and the teachers union. The unionized faculty at that community college say they haven't had a raise in 3 years, while other staff members not in the union did. Now the union is asking for back pay. If the two sides cannot agree, the union says faculty members will be back on strike starting tomorrow morning.
A York County bridge closed after being struck over the weekend. PennDOT says the bridge connects Route 74 in Lower Chancellor Township and Flintville Road in Peach Bottom Township. According to PennDOT, a detour is now in place to get around that closure. PennDOT has not said how long the bridge will be closed.
And work to fix a covered bridge in Lancaster County that a box truck hit in May is set to start today. West Lampeter Township police say the driver did not follow those posted signs around Neff's Mill Bridge. Lancaster County Timber Farmers is making the repairs for about $138,000. That work should be done by the end of the year. Neff's Bridge has been around since the 1800s. It's one of about 20 covered bridges still standing in Lancaster County. And the power is back on at Franklin and Marshall College. We had reported that they had some problems with that since Saturday. Now they're dealing with a different issue. This morning we are hearing from community members in Lancaster saying that the college is working with police in connection to a social media post about a stalker.
F&M says that person who made the claim is not a student and was a person walking in the area of the college. That person who wrote the post said someone was closely following them, saying when they crossed the street, the person followed them to the other side. Students say they feel safe on campus, but are now a little concerned.
I'm very concerned for my safety. Being a teenage girl, I know it's very tough in the world, but it's Lancaster, so it seems like a very safe environment. But now that I've heard that, I'm very nervous to go outside, hang out with my friends, because you never know who's really watching you.
Franklin and Marshall says while social media can be helpful to share information, it says the best way for them to investigate something like this is through an official report with police or with the college.
Right now, police are still searching for two Lancaster Township teenagers who they believe are armed and dangerous. Investigators say the two teens, 14-year-old Jameek Hunter and Jameer Maxton, fired into a building at the Villages of Lancaster Green apartment complex on October 25th. Those teens have been charged with aggravated assault. Police believe they are hiding out with relatives.